enjoying the sound. So far, unnamed guest, would you mind switching the microphone settings?
100%.
Okay, there we go. Ooh, there you go. You're sounding better. Welcome, everybody, to episode 15
Wow.
of You're Gonna Love This. If you can't already tell that the sonic quality is a little better, I'm disappointed because I spent like I spent money, some amount of money that it would be upsetting to hear that you couldn't tell at all. I've purchased a new microphone, and a stand, and a new set of headphones so that both me and my guest can listen good. So hopefully you're hearing that. Welcome to You're Gonna Love This podcast, where I try to write the perfect song for my guest every week. This week, my guest is improviser
Chantelle James.
Oh, she just said her name right away. I was gonna say it. Oh, that's the first time.
I got it.
Yeah, and if you can't tell from the slight difference in her voice vis-a-vis the rest of my guests so far, she is in fact my first foreign guest.
Oh,
yeah.
Foreign, yeah.
For the listeners at home, you've probably got maybe 3 countries in mind as like possibilities. I know it. I'm not like just assuming you're from somewhere in the British Kingdom and hoping that I'll get it right.
Like everyone else does.
Right. I looked it up. I decided, I was like, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not an expert on the varying accents of the British Kingdom. So, I just looked it up. Chantelle is Australian.
I'm Australian.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're not actually part of Britain.
No. But there was a time.
There was a time.
Yes.
Way back when.
Sure. You've got the flag remnants, like a lot of the former, I don't know, stepchildren maybe? Is Australia kind of like a stepchild of the British Kingdom?
We don't have, we're not ruled by the king and queen.
Right.
We have our own, political system.
Yeah, no, I'm yes. And even more so than Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have any, do you have any English monarchy on your currency?
We do have the queen.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the real.
There is something. Yeah, that's how you know.
Mm-hmm. So Chantelle, I actually have a little bit of business to get to before we do the interview.
Okay.
First of all, let me give a quick recap to the listeners and to you, in case you were wondering. So every week, my guest tells me whether they thought the song was perfect or not. So far, I am 3 and 11. 3 yeses, 3 perfects, 11 not perfects, which is an amazing number for me.
Who are these people?
Well, you can go back and listen, guess, if you want to. Huvi Guevara, Chaz. Oh God, how can I not remember Chaz's last name right now? I feel bad. Chaz from Dad Jokes, and the most recent guest, Chelsea Pope.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, have all given me perfects. These are all with asterisks,
okay.
Which I've found out is a very difficult word to say, as I've begun saying it on the podcast. They all have asterisks because I've assembled a YGLT Perfection Advisory Board.
I don't know what that means.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's a term I've made up. Don't feel it's not an American thing that you're missing. It's an Adam thing.
Okay, good.
I am your host, Adam Moshcatel. I think I have forgotten to say that for the last couple episodes. I'm very bad at that. And the YGLT Perfection Advisory Board is a group of people, Byron Wu and Carl Powers, former guests, and myself, who will be going over the perfect rated episodes with those guests in order to fully determine whether the songs are perfect or not. I'm not super comfortable with having perfect songs this early into my run.
Right.
It's not how I imagined it when I started the podcast. So I feel like I need to rectify it and, do my best to take away some of the perfects.
Right. What makes the song perfect?
Well, see, that's the thing. How do you make a perfect song? In my mind, perfection is very difficult to attain. I would say impossible.
I would agree with that.
I'm glad. That's the attitude I want from my guests. I want you to like the song. That would be a plus. Love is in the title, so I'd like you to love it if you can.
Okay.
But it's okay if you love it and it's not perfect. That would be the number one response for me.
Right, okay.
Because it's like, this person and I share the same definition of perfect. And also I wrote them a song that they loved. So, anyway. You can also get a free song from ygltpodcast@gmail.com if you rate and review my podcast and send me proof along with the subject line "Goofed ya with my review." There are still 49 left to go. One person who has reviewed me of the 3 has sent me the properly syntaxed email. The other 2 have not sent me any email, so plea out to those 2 other reviewers who I would hope are still listening. You gave me 5-star reviews and spent enough time to, write something on iTunes. Just to write me one more thing, and then you get a free song. And, it seems like a pretty good deal.
Seems like a win to me.
Yeah. I don't know what's taking them so long. This is like the 3rd week in a row I'm pleading
out there?
One of them I don't even know, which is the scarier part.
You have a real fan.
Maybe, but this real fan seems to only want to speak to me through a review. He doesn't want... He or she, I guess I don't know. It was the username, if I'm remembering it right, seemed male, but I don't know.
Okay. He, she...
Just they're comfortable with the privacy they have now, I think.
Okay.
But if you want to just make it a little less private, you can get a free song. So
yeah, who doesn't want a song written about them?
It would be, I don't know, I would like it if all I had to do was write an email and properly punctuate the subject line. I would do it. Yeah. Last little bit, there's a segment on You're Gonna Love This called You're Gonna Love This, in which I try to recommend some music to my guest. Today,
right.
I'm going with something that I just heard today that one of my friends sent me. It's the album Malibu by Anderson .Paak. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
I have not.
He is amazing. He's
Really?
this modern kind of neo-soul, neo-funk kind of guy. It's a little bit James Brown, a little bit like Kendrick Lamar, and
cool.
just like, all good.
Very cool.
Yeah, his name is spelled Anderson, period, Paak, P-A-A-K.
P-A-A. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think you might dig it. I think the listeners at home might dig it. Maybe. This is gonna be a short segment. I think we're done with this one. We're done with You're Gonna Love This as a segment. Sometimes it takes longer. Just wanted to get out of there.
That's it.
Yeah. That's all.
That's all.
So let's just get into this interview. Let's. I barely know you.
I know.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my apartment.
Thank you.
So
that sounded so creepy.
It did. Oh man. I do feel weird inviting people to my apartment to record this sometimes.
Do you want to come over? I'm doing this podcast. It's in my apartment.
Right, but am I gonna rent a space or something? What am I gonna do?
No, you're definitely not gonna do that.
No, but it does feel weird. Especially, I would say, I try to have a lot of. I think there's a lot of funny women in the ecosystem out here, and I try to have a lot of them on. Yep. And it feels especially weird to ask a woman, I think, especially one that I don't know very well. So thank you for doing it, and for not letting your probable danger reflex that's flashing in the back of your mind, not letting that overtake you.
I have a gun in my bag.
Oh, good. Okay. Well,
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I mean, there's no gun in
Sure.
here.
Well, and Australia is a notoriously anti-gun country.
100%.
Yeah. So it's a good joke for you international law heads out there.
Yes, pretty good.
Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. Funny women. That sounds mean now that I said that. Anyway, thanks for coming. This is another probing question that's going to sound a little creepy. What's your emotional state been like for the last little bit? Have you been feeling?
Very happy.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got back from Austin. I was there for the Austin Film Festival.
That sounds like fun.
It was really cool. Very inspiring and lots of fun.
Oh yeah. Did you meet a lot of people?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of my best friends lives out there, so I was staying with her and her boyfriend, and it was cool because they showed me the city, and it was fun.
Yeah. Austin, I've never been to, but I've heard is an amazing city for artists especially.
Really cool. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Happy. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
That deserves writing down.
I think so.
Yeah. I feel like I get a wide range of emotion on my podcast. I think a lot of comedians occupy a lot of emotional spaces, and they're pretty open about sharing with them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
I like happy.
Yeah. I'm usually a pretty happy person.
That's good.
Unless shit is getting real in my life, and then
Sure.
it's a balance thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't be happy all the time.
You can't.
If that's insanity. I mean, it's literally when I think of somebody who's happy all the time, I'm thinking of person who needs help.
Yeah, right. You need medication.
Yeah. So, do you like to listen to happy songs when you're happy? Or do you listen to kind of the whole range, or what's your feel?
I do listen to the whole range.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if you're happy most of the time, it's not like you need to. You just be always listening to happy music, which again sounds like the behavior of an insane person. Yeah.
Like I like to listen to like chilled out music.
Nice.
Too. Like not just always like happy music.
Sure. Do you like to listen to sad/depressing music when you're happy ever?
Probably not.
No? Mm-mm. Okay. All right. That's so the whole kind of emo genre we can kind of just put to the side.
You can probably put that to the side.
All right. Yeah. I'm comfortable doing that. I've already written one song that was vaguely emo, and that's enough for the first 15 or so.
Yeah.
We'll go maybe on 30 I can repeat, but
you can go back to emo.
Yeah,
music.
So what kind of chilled out music do you listen to? What have you been listening to recently?
So much. I've got a very eclectic taste in music.
Sure. Are you like a Spotify person? How do you like to listen to stuff?
A little bit Spotify. If I really like an album, I'll buy it on iTunes because I think that's the right thing to do as an artist.
Yeah. It's nice to support people.
Yeah, for sure. I've been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lately. Yeah.
It's good
Jamie
stuff.
XX. I love the XX in general. What else? And then I like bands, like I like old music too, like Fleetwood Mac. And
oh, sure. Yeah. That's a good genre for me because most of old music has prominent guitars. Most new music is not.
There's not so much. I know when you think about like bands that it's like it's an older genre.
Yeah, it's unfortunate,
Yeah.
The band is a fun unit of music, but it's kind of gone its way in some ways. It's easier to brand a thing if it's just a guy, you can figure that out
easier. When you
easier.
think about it too, I think like the most modern band that I love is The National.
Sure. I'm thinking like maybe
what else is kind of
Arctic Monkeys maybe is another good choice.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. I like them.
But a lot of even the like early 2000s I think was a good time for bands. There were a lot of like the garage kind of rock stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so.
But then that kind of
now it's just like a dude with it's almost just a DJ.
Yeah, DJ. I've gone off on EDM music on this podcast before. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing that's great. Compared to the 60s, I could not have done this podcast in the 60s. I would not have access to a mic this good for this cheap.
Right.
Or the internet.
You would need a studio, or the internet.
I guess I could have a radio show. I don't know. It was easy. I do think sometimes about how easy it is to like, in the 20s or 30s, it just seemed like they were giving away radio shows to anybody who wanted to do it.
Right.
Like I've heard Candid Camera got figured out based on this long convoluted thing of all these projects that should have just been canceled, but they just allowed them to continue for 3 or 4 years past where they should, and then they went like, oh, like maybe we shouldn't tell people that they're being recorded. Like it's interesting recording people that are real, but like let's not tell them.
Right.
And then they figured that out on the 6-year mark.
Right.
Can't do that anymore.
No. Oh no, you'll be in all sorts of problems.
I mean, if you don't have any idea what your show is when you start it, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was going, but 60s did have a lot of bands that I love.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac. What else do you like?
Mac. I love the Beatles.
Oh, sure.
I love Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
I love INXS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Hutchence. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I only really know the one INXS song. What is the name of it? He whispers a lot.
Devil Inside?
No, the like dang dang dang.
They all sound like that. Oh yeah.
That one. Anyway. Oh, I wonder if I would imagine the listeners could hear this ice cream truck. I can hear it really well.
Who's gonna have ice cream at this hour of night?
I don't know. Apparently, Koreatown residents.
They just roll out. Everyone's down there.
I guess, yeah. For the listeners at home, we're recording at about 8:30, so it's kind of a weird time for ice cream.
Weird. Yeah, I feel like it's an afternoon thing.
Yeah.
For kids.
I also feel like it's a summer thing, but that just might be me coming from a place that's not constantly hot outside.
Right.
Okay, let's dig into some of those bands. I had a big. I really liked the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I was in like middle school.
Yeah.
I still do, but
Me too.
the album Stadium Arcadium came out when it hit me at like the perfect 14-year-old like alternative rock age.
Oh yeah.
That was a very good album.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. But
Yeah.
the older stuff is better. I've since
See,
realized.
For me, the older stuff is what I grew up listening to.
Right.
And they were like one of the first like real rock bands I ever saw, and they were so good.
Right. By the time I got onto them, they were kind of in their like second phase where it wasn't super funky, and Flea didn't go out naked on stage as much.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't as much
And
of a.
like, they weren't on heroin anymore.
No, yeah, Anthony Kiedis had kicked that habit.
He kicked the habit after the book.
Yeah, and they were real close to firing John Frusciante, who is just so much better than any other guitarist.
Of them, he's amazing.
Oh
I have
God.
all his albums.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He's just a genius with music.
He's there, as a kid growing up playing guitar, you gravitate to people.
Totally. He's amazing.
He's definitely one of the guys. He's incredible. He makes his guitar sound like I don't know, like a 70s blues singer maybe. I don't know. He's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's really cool. I know.
Yeah.
And he just writes song after song after song. Like,
oh yeah, it's so many. So much of what was good about the Red Hot Chili Peppers was because of him.
Yeah,
and just
I
him.
would agree.
Mm-hmm.
They have like beautiful like melodies. That just their music, their old stuff's so good.
Yeah,
I hadn't listened to them in years, and like recently when I was walking my dog, I would like flick through my iPod. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, there was the one thing that doesn't age super well with the Red Hot Chili Peppers is all the white dude rapping. That they got out of their system. And,
right, yeah, don't do that.
No, that stuff doesn't look as good in retrospect.
Only for the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, they did it. Eminem can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody else just
everyone else don't do it.
Macklemore went to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've got a deep kind of. I feel like nobody else, every other person who is a white guy and attempts it, who went to my high school, is only going to be compared to Macklemore, and that's just. I don't want anybody to associate me with Macklemore. I don't really like the fella too much. I've gotten into this before, I think. But yeah, you're gonna have this weird like eclipse of a dude wearing a blonde hair and a. It's the Hitler Youth haircut, which is a great stylish haircut today, but the sides shaved and the flop on the top.
Okay.
It's a style that I could have problems with. I've also worn it and liked it, but anyway, it's enough Macklemore talk.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, man, Red Hot Chili Peppers though are a weird band. It's weird that they were so popular. I mean, I guess they kind of hit right when like there was a lot of kind of white dude funk bands. Maybe that was the wave they were riding. But you don't see a lot of those bands become stadium, like the biggest band of their generation.
But they're honestly one of the best bands I've ever seen play live.
Oh, when did you see them play live?
Phenomenally. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Their like energy on stage is like beyond anything. I saw them in Sydney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I bet that was fun.
In like 2000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But they were amazing.
Oh.
That's how I tell. Like that's how you know if a band is real.
Yeah, I saw Smashing Pumpkins when they were quite older. I think this was probably 2010 or 11. They were still great. I loved seeing them.
I love Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh God, me too. We could talk about this for ages.
They're a good band. So
yeah.
I also love Radiohead.
Oh, buddy. I was getting back into. I think The Bends is my favorite Radiohead album. It's not. It's not necessarily like their best album. Like I could recognize that, like, you know, musically they've gone to like higher places since then.
Right.
But that's just such a strong
it's a solid album. Every single song on the album is very, very solid.
Yeah. I used to really like. I think I remember in college having a conversation with a guy where I was talking about Radiohead, and I told him that at the time Fake Plastic Trees was my favorite Radiohead song, and he was like, really? That's your choice? And I was like, this is the most University of Washington, Seattle conversation. Go ahead and judge me. Fake Plastic Trees is a beautiful song.
It's a great song.
And I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to succumb to your hipster ways.
Fair enough.
And I didn't. Is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite song anymore by them. I really like the national anthem. That's a song I could not even come close to doing anything like on this podcast.
Oh yeah, okay.
That all of OK Computer is off limits. I think pretty much the bends and before I can attempt.
You can get away with.
Yeah. So what do you think is the so we've talked about a lot of bands. I haven't asked this question specifically to anybody before, so I don't know how you're going to take it, but like, do any of those things feel like if I could do something like that, it would be perfect for you right now? Is there a band that you're thinking of that like try to do music in that style? Is anything jumping out right now?
Yeah, Radiohead.
Radiohead?
Yeah,
all right.
I think that, yeah.
Ooh.
It's always a winner.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I could try some Radiohead. Oh, well, actually, that's placed us right at the end of the interview segment. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of lyrical stuff out of
Material.
You on this one.
All right.
I think we'll just go in blind and see what happens.
See how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, the lyrics in Radiohead are indecipherable for the most part.
Yeah.
I wonder how much time it takes to write indecipherable lyrics. I'll have 10 minutes.
What time do you want me to keep this?
Well, keep it there for now.
Okay.
I just have one question for you before we go off. Do you know the song Cars by Gary Newman?
Not sure.
Oh, well, that's a good answer because you're going to hear it 3 times in a row, as that is my timer for how long it takes me to write.
All right.
And also a good palate cleanser, I think, for the listeners.
All right.
Yeah, listeners at home, if you want to, feel free to go ahead and listen to Cars by Gary Newman 3 times in a row before.
And then you'll know what I'm going through.
Mm-hmm. It's, simulate for yourself the experience. And if you ever write me an email with Goofja with my review, you should definitely listen to Cars by Gary Newman 3 times in a row before listening to my song. All right, Chantelle, I will see you in about 10 minutes.
All right. Have fun.
Yes, goodbye.
Thank you.
Algorithm, 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 amen. I call to order the 201st meeting of the Council of Watchers, Keepers of the Great One, Servants of the Almighty Algorithm. Amen.
You guys haven't said anything about my new haircut. I got a new haircut.
But it looks like the haircut you get every couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it does look very similar to the same haircut I get every couple of weeks. I just trim up.
Well, yeah, but so... I'm sorry, did you want us to... I mean, I know we commented on the other ones, but I feel like it's just the same... It's not like you got a mohawk or something.
It's just, like, okay, so my self-esteem, I think of it as this... It's a continually, like, going down line, right? It's always going down, and every 2 weeks when you guys say, hey, you got a haircut, it goes right back up, it skyrockets, and then I ride that wave for the next 2 weeks, and when I don't get it, I don't know what's gonna happen. I've never crested this low before. Does that make sense?
John, as a friend,
Yeah.
you cannot be basing your self-esteem on that haircut.
Now, is that an insult to the haircut, or are you just talking about how I should live my life?
You do not want to go down that road, John.
John, the reason why we didn't say anything about the haircut is because one of algorithm's
Aw, man, you're drinking.
drinking
It's fine.
principal points is if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
That's true. That is actually that's in the charter.
In the charter. It keeps things civil between us.
Yes, that's true. Could I just ask describe to me what you see when you look at my haircut? Just tell me what you see, John.
Bold?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Did you just call me
I
John?
did, Shane. I'm sorry. I'm getting all mixed up. I think part of
That
my
seems
self-esteem.
like you were asking a question of yourself.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was supposed to.
Okay.
We're looking at Shane, but I think that right there it slipped out. The problem with this whole haircut
Look.
thing is that you're getting a haircut to appeal to us, and honestly, after years of seeing the same bowl haircut, it's just the attrition got to us. We can no longer compliment the haircut.
Okay, that's fair. I get that. You can only give so many compliments to a bowl cut. There's a finite amount. Sometimes when I'm getting down on myself, I like to think that I'm you, Shane, and I imagine I put a picture of you up on my mirror, and I say, "Oh, you look great today, John." And I look in the mirror at your picture.
You could have at least copied my haircut.
That's a really good idea. You do have that mohawk. That mohawk's been working really well for you.
It's a wonderful
Like,
mohawk.
sometimes I gel it up, and sometimes I just leave it floppy and hanging, and it's just kind of represents my mood.
Yeah, it's floppy and hanging right now. What is that? How are you feeling? What does that mean?
Chill and relaxed
Nice.
instead of
yes.
stiff and hard,
Yes.
Yeah,
placid as opposed to raging.
I get it.
Wonderful haircut. You know what, John? I think that a great way to build self-esteem is to listen to the You're Gonna Love This podcast. It's a song about things that people love. And maybe in that podcast, you'll be able to learn more about what you love, whether it be in music or just about yourself and your haircut. So perhaps subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud, as well as comment in the discussions of the You're Gonna Love This Facebook page. Those are great ways to interact with people who might be able to interact with you in a positive manner. There are people on the internet, so they can't see your haircut if you would change your Facebook profile picture as well.
Okay.
You should at least like pay for a haircut too, instead of just
I put a bowl on my head.
putting a bowl on your head and just
Yeah.
going at it. What doesn't even look like scissors, what just looks like you just took a knife.
Yeah.
You're bleeding. There's like scars all along the side of your head.
Yeah. I'm a little scarred up. What can I say?
I have to say that the blood is the least sightly part of the haircut.
Yeah, okay, so what I do every 2 weeks is I come right outside of the cave, and I bring my knife, and I put a bowl on my head, and I cut all around the sides, and I come in looking for compliments.
Yeah, those scars are just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they're real, like, meaty right now. Like, I can feel,
stop
like,
touching them.
like you go, it's like smooth.
Oh,
You're spraying.
You're squeezing pus out. That's it.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Algorithm.
Algorithm.
Okay, welcome back to You're Gonna Love This.
All right, I'm excited.
Yeah, Chantelle, you have heard that song before?
I have. Yeah.
Okay. I think most guests have heard the song. It's, but the title is so vague that I think you have to say no. You have to, unless you're really positive that you're like,
Exactly.
I don't know any Gary Newman fans out there, but I would think they would be like, oh yeah.
Yes, I know.
Or maybe they'd be like, pfft, like Cars, really? That's your favorite Gary Newman song? Callbacks. Chantelle, are you ready to hear my song?
I'm ready.
Oh, could you go ahead and give the microphone a switch back to the third one?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, there's an art to this.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. All right, that sounds pretty good. Staring into space, dreaming up an endless stream out, diving through the empty, looking for yourself. I cannot wait. Your time has come, our lives are at stake. stake. Just take your trash and throw it away. Just take your trash. Walking through the fog, wishing for somebody to call, finding the trenches around you and digging further down. I cannot wait. Your time has come, your lives are at stake. Just take your trash. Just take your trash and throw it away. Tasting my thoughts and finding them less than pleasing. Trying to find my way without you. I cannot wait. Your time has come, our lives are at stake. Just take your trash. Just take your trash. Just take your trash and throw it away. Yeah, that's the end of the song. Yeah. Can you switch it back to 4 so people can hear you? This is, I wonder if this will be a part of the podcast from now on.
Yeah, can you switch it back? That was very Radiohead-esque.
Thank you. That was what I attempted, and
I loved it.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's really cool. It sounded really cool.
Yeah. Do you have any idea? What do you think those lyrics meant? I don't really know. What's your first pass? How did it feel entering you? That's another weird thing for me to say.
How did it feel entering you?
Oh man, I'm never gonna hear from you again.
Like run from you at every improv show.
Hey, bye.
I don't know about the lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
Have the Tom York vocal quality to an extent.
I think so.
All right, that's good.
It was good.
Yeah. What's your immediate takeaway other than it was good? Because this podcast is about me improving as a songwriter to a certain degree. So I need specifics. You know,
Okay.
what did you like? What did you not like?
I liked the sound very much so.
Okay.
I thought it was like a well-structured song. I wasn't sure what for me, I wasn't sure what the lyrics were about. But like we said, Radiohead, like
Yeah.
most of the time you're not quite sure.
Sure. Okay. So, but that's a fair criticism if you wanted to get just a little bit more of an idea of what the lyrics were about. Because I have a tendency on this podcast. I've referenced L. Ron Hubbard's writing style.
Right.
He has a philosophy: first draft, last draft to get it out the door.
Right.
And
Okay.
I basically stuck to that. There are 2 lines that I crossed out, and other than that, everything
Everything stayed in. Yeah. Well, you only have 10 minutes.
right. So yeah, I
Get what you get.
yeah. Part of why I'm asking you for the what you think the lyrics are is because I don't have much of an idea.
I wasn't sure because I asked you where those boxes come from before, and I thought maybe you were like taking some things that I said.
Oh.
And you were like, take your trash and throw it away, because we talked about that.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, but he's like,
he's
incorporated
I
this.
am doing that.
Yeah,
That's exactly, you found me out. I was
there you
trying
go.
to hide my secret abilities. No, that was I mean, maybe my
part of it.
subconscious is doing that. You really got to trust your subconscious when you're writing songs in 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have very little filtering happening. I changed one word after I wrote, he took her into the garden, cross that out. I wrote old man, cross that out at the start. Those were bad ideas. I'm glad I didn't go with those.
Yeah.
And then I changed your to my at the very end, and everything else
it.
is just
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I know what your answer is going to be due to previous conversation and your general enthusiasm level about the song. But I'll ask you instead of answering it before you can say anything. Was this the perfect song for you?
I loved it.
Okay. Yes.
I would say it was the perfect song for me.
Okay. So now we're in another. So those are two separate statements, though. You know, the loving something and having it be perfect for you right now. I'm willing to accept your perfect.
Okay, so perfect right now would be lyrics that meant something to me.
There you go. See, this is the thing is I think people are willing. They're too willing to say that something was perfect without considering like, oh, there was a flaw.
Yeah,
it's not perfect then.
Yeah,
you know. I think I didn't
I
do
loved
good.
It, so.
Great. Okay, that's what I want. We're in the right spot, and I've talked you down from the perfect ledge. So I do need your vocal clarification that you've changed your mind on the perfect score.
No, I mean, like,
are you gonna?
How do you write a perfect song in 10 minutes? For the 10 minutes that we just spent here right now, that was goddamn perfect.
That's not what the podcast is though. It's not. Was it perfect for me writing a song in 10 minutes? It's did I just play you the perfect song?
All right, no, but I loved it.
Good,
yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I don't want to like talk you down from liking it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Okay, well that's good. I honestly feel so much better when somebody tells me that it's not perfect. It makes me anxious to think that I don't know why. I'm not good with praise. I guess I need to get better.
All right, but you invite people over to say, is this song perfect or not?
Right, so but my thoughts going in was that everybody was gonna tell me that I was really bad, and it's not what happened. It's not what has happened. But, so I guess I have to change my mind about. Do I just have to accept perfects from now on? No, you're going on. You're fourth on the queue on the YGLT. No, you haven't given me a perfect. If you had given me a perfect, you would have been straight onto the queue for the perfection board.
I'm not.
Right now we've got a 3 deep queue. I think that's good.
Okay.
I don't want to add any more for now until I can take some off.
Okay.
Maybe that's a new rule. Maybe I can immediately reject a perfect if I've already got 3 in the queue.
Right.
I'll have a pocket veto. I'll think about that, and maybe next week I'll introduce a new rule to this insane system.
You can't not accept perfect.
Oh, that's what I do all the time, though. I'm all about talking people down from that ledge. Well, either way, I'm glad I wrote you a song that you enjoyed.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good,
Liked
good.
It.
Yeah, let's see. I think we're just about wrapping up on time. Let's talk plug stuff. You got a team. I never said you're part of maybe tied for my favorite indie improv team.
Tied?
With Arcade Currency, who is also...
Those guys are awesome.
They're amazing. You're on the team Between the Lips, which I adore. I've already had Lisette from Between the Lips on.
Yeah.
Tried to schedule Devin, and she had too much stuff going on.
She's so busy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get her to do a show. She's got so much going on.
I bet.
It's amazing. She's busy. It's good for her.
You'll find out about her later if I'm talking to the listeners now, not you. You've already found out about her, Chantelle. Listeners may find out about her later when she comes on. Hopefully sometime soon. We'll find out.
Yay. Exactly.
Yeah. Hope to get all y'all girls, all y'all gals, and everybody on Arcade Currency too, because everybody on both of those teams is amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, what Between the Lips stuff do you have coming up? This podcast will be coming out tomorrow.
I mean, I can't. We have a local show in November.
Okay.
We've got there's a couple of shows coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we have a bunch of stuff coming up.
Is there a Facebook page or?
You can follow us on Facebook, Between the Lips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tag. That's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely, yeah. We are very social media savvy.
I feel like a group of 4 girls doing improv is like the perfect social media team.
Right. We each have a day to post.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's smart because it takes the pressure off.
Yeah. And 4 people is like, if it was any bigger, then I feel like people would just take days off and just not do it.
Yeah.
But 4-person rotation, you got to do it basically twice a week. You got to be on it. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you plan what you're gonna do beforehand, like any days ahead, or is it just spur of the moment?
Oh yeah, I'm actually not the best poster in the group. Like I do miss days, but I have my like I submit shows and I book shows.
Okay.
And, like, that's my job.
I think you get a pass.
Yeah.
In
so
terms
I
of,
do,
like,
but
internet
like
activity.
I'm always like looking for like funny stuff to post.
Sure.
Like we all are.
Yeah.
But like we'll bank it up a little bit.
Sure, you gotta.
Yeah.
I am not very good about posting on the facebook.com/YGLT podcast page. There's a little I guess everybody listening to this should know about the Facebook page or not care because they're listening to it and I, have gotten them to the step that the page is designed for.
Right.
But, go on there and if I post anything besides just links to the latest episode, enjoy it. I hope. Anything else? Do you have any social media for yourself that you want to put out there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll just keep it with between the lips for now.
All right. Okay. We'll keep it between the lips.
Keep it between the lips. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Chantelle, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It was really fun.
We will see. Well, not we. Just me. Chantelle will not be here. And
Next time.
Also, I don't see you. I just speak into a microphone. There's no audience for me to look at. So I won't hear from you either. You'll hear from me next week. Boy, that was not good. On You're Gonna Love This. Bye.
Bye. It's fun.
Bye.